Am I in focus? I feel like I'm not. I'm going to be letting a random generator wheel choose my July TBR. So I've got a wheel on my iPad with TBR prompts and I'm going to spin them. I'm going to pick 6 books, which I've got here on my TBR cart. We're going to see what books we are reading in July. I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to see what we're going to be reading. I'm so excited. First book in July, a random colour. I'm assuming I'm going to spin another generator wheel. Colours, whatever colour it lands on, I'm going to correlate to one of these books on my TBR cart. So let's find... Okay, so I've got a colour wheel generator in front of me. So we're going to spin it and see if we can match the colour with any of the covers of these books. I feel like I've got a lot of pinks in here. Okay, did not plan on that happening, but it gives us a lot of options. Could do Hate Mail, Night Shift. The fake mate has got a pink spine, but the cover is purple, so I'm not going to do that one. We could do Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I am actually going to go with this one. This is Ali Hazelwood's new release, and I've been really excited to get to it. I've heard that it's not like anything else she's written. There is an author's note at the beginning. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a little bit deeper than Ali Hazelwood's STEM romances, which I love so much. I've been really excited to get to this. Ali Hazelwood is one of my just automatic buy authors. She could literally publish her shopping list and I'd buy it, no shame. Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood is going to be our first book on our July TBR. There's an advert. Let's spin it again and see what our second book is going to be. TBR Vet. Okay, I think this means something that I've previously put on a TBR that I didn't get to, or a book I've put on my TBR before that got taken off. There's only a few I could really do for this because a lot of the ones I've got on here are either new releases or like new copies to me. One I'm gonna go with is All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have wanted to pick this up for such a long time. I've started reading it a few times. This is the 3rd book in the Natural series, by the way. I was reading the Natural series back to back, so I read the first and the second one back to back, and then I went into this. They only got maybe 50 pages into it, and I think because I was reading them all back to back, I found it too difficult to, you know, just keep going. I think I needed a bit of a break. So the next book on our July TBR is going to be All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the 3rd book in the Natural series. Moving on to our 3rd prompt, nature on the cover. Where has my copy of Belladonna gone? Because I know that's got nature on the cover. Over there. Along with half of the books that are supposed to be on this TBR cart, which are on the other side of my room for some unknown reason. So, okay, now that we've actually got the rest of my TBR cart here, I can pick the 3rd book. Prompt was nature on the cover, so I could definitely do Belladonna for this. Got birds, leaves, flowers, berries, there's all sorts on this cover. We could do Two Twisted Crowns, there's a lot of trees. Anything else? I could do You've Reached Sam because there's blossoms, like a blossom tree on this one. What else have we got? I feel like I want to pick one of these two. I don't think any of these have got any nature on the cover. That one's not. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this back for now. And I'm going to choose Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I'm really excited to get to this. As I said, I've not heard anything about it. I've seen people talking about it, but I kind of wanted to go into more books this year a bit blind and not necessarily knowing too much about the plot, because a lot of the books I've read, I've either had the plot spoil or I've known 90% of what's going to happen through BookTok or BookTube before I've actually read them. Like Fourth Wing, every spoiler under the sun was given to me on TikTok. So I kind of knew everything that was going to happen when I went into that one. So I've been trying to avoid spoilers for this one because I've heard a lot of people ranting about it. Not ranting. What is that word? Raving. I've heard a lot of people raving about this one. 3rd book on our July TBR is going to be Belladonna by Adeline Grace. A person on the cover. I've got so many for this. In fact, I think 90% of my TBR cart is probably going to fit under this prompt. Could do Two Twisted Crowns. I could do Next of Kin, Stalking Jack the Ripper, Daughter of No Worlds, You've Reached Sam. I could quite literally do any of these. I think I'm going to go with this one. So this is Next of Kin by Hannah Bone Young. I started reading Out on a Limb on my Kindle, and I believe that is the third book in this like connected standalone series. Yeah, so Out on a Limb is the third book. This is the second book. I haven't read the first book, but I've heard quite a lot of people talking about this. Chloe is trying to gain custody of her baby sister. Warren's trying to get custody of his deaf 15-year-old brother. So I think that's where the comparisons to Archer's Voice come in. I believe this is going to be very heartfelt. I think there's a fake dating. They have to move in together in order to get custody of their sister and their brother in order to be granted said custody. The fourth book going on at our July TBR is Next of Kin by Hannah Bone Young. I'm sorry if you can hear the birds on the roof. I'm in like an attic room, like a loft room. The birds they're right there, and they like having a little tap dancing contest whenever I need to do anything important. We've got 2 prompts left. Fantasy. Okay, very happy with this one. I could do Two Twisted Crowns, Daughter of No Worlds, Ballad of Never After in here. I think they are, yeah, they're the only fantasy we can do. I'm gonna go with Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is the sequel to One Dark Window in the Shepherd King series. Is that what this is called? This is the second book in the Shepherd King series. I'm very excited to get to this one. And I've been really in the mood for fantasy recently. I've read a lot of cutesy cowboy romances. I've just been reading the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver, so I feel like I'm a lot more in a fantasy mood right now than I am a romance mood. So the 5th book going on our July TBR is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Just put these at the front. The 6th and final TBR prompt is going to be a revenge story. Have I got anything for this? Okay, I think this one's going to work. So this is Daughter of No Worlds. This is absolutely beautiful indie published copy. I don't know an awful lot about this book other than essentially what it says on the tin. It says on the back, she's forced to decide how much she is willing to trade away for revenge. I think this is the only one on this TBR card that's even going to remotely fit into this. So the 6th and final book on our July TBR is going to be Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is a very promising TBR. So we've got 6 books here that I'm hopefully going to get to in July. I've got All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Belladonna by Adeline Grace, Next of Kin by Hannah Bone Young, Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, The Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, and probably the one I'm most excited for is Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. So if you do want to see me read my July TBR, stick around, subscribe, and these will all probably be reading vlogs coming very soon.